Hey, how's it going? Checking in for today after a very practical presentation. It was the first of these live activity and cook along sort of boost your energy sessions, and it was interesting. I think I'm going to chalk it up to a it went well session, but lots of learnings from it as well. In that I would do it a little bit differently. I will do it a little bit differently the next time. I think we're doing it again in February, and there might be an opportunity to do something similar as well with another group, another company. So basically, it was 2 hours. The first hour was about activity and setting up this whole connection between our physical well-being practices and our energy, how we feel, our motivation, how it supports our emotional and mental energy. So that was the tee up, and that took a little bit longer than I'd initially anticipated, which meant that we were a little bit about 5 minutes, 6 minutes overrunning at the end. So it was a bit rushed there. So that was the first thing. You need to make sure I kind of put enough time in at the beginning for that sort of introduction for this first session. But then it was about physical activity. So we were talking about, I kind of shared 3 different types of activity. The first was just morning mobilizers. The second was a mini, sort of a 4-minute micro workout, like an energizer for the day. And the third was a back care sequence. Now, because of various constraints and wanting to do slides as well, for in part, and not being able to get into the lounge, which is where I usually do my filming, because the kids are homeschooling at the moment, so everyone's around. It's a bit chaotic, which wasn't going to be the case when we were first talking about these sessions. So I decided to do the exercise bits as a screen share. So basically, I was using videos that I already had of me doing the things that I wanted to share. I just put them on mute and I narrated over the top. So I shared my screen, they were watching that, I was telling them what to do, and then they were hopefully doing it. But I couldn't see because of the, when you could do a screen share on Zoom, you can't see any of the other participants. That was the first one, the second lesson rather, that I needed to take away, which is that I need to have my second screen so I can see everybody whilst also doing the session. So the feedback was that it was good. People were doing it and enjoying it and more or less kind of getting it. And they'll obviously have the videos to reference and refer to afterwards as well. So after that, we then moved to the kitchen, or rather I did, and I presume they did as well, because we were then going to prepare 3 different foodie things. And this was the bit that this was more, had more potential for disaster. In the end, actually, it took about as long as I'd anticipated. But as I said, I'd already cut into some of my time with the intro and the teeing up and a bit of talking about energy management at the beginning, hence running over slightly. But otherwise, the timings were pretty good. But I think next time I'll try and do just a couple of things rather than the 3 things that we did do. But it was good fun. It was very different. They already had the ingredients in advance, so we just did it all together. There's only about 20 or 25 of them, I think, on the call. But I think I'm doing it again with about 300 or so at some point in the near future. So I'll definitely need to have my second screen set up for that one. It was good fun. I enjoyed it. It was quite hard in terms of the focus. I had 2 cameras running, so I had the camera in front of me, and I also had a camera out here that was kind of pointing down onto the chopping area where I was preparing the food, so I didn't have to keep on changing the camera angle. And I just pinned both the videos, so the screen was taken up more or less by just my 2 cameras. And I think that worked, although I wouldn't mind watching the recording back to see exactly what it looked like. But I'm pleased enough. There's a few takeaways, a few lessons, a few things I will do differently next time. But by and large, I'm pleased with my first proper practical presentation. So there's my update and check-in for the day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and check back in again tomorrow for another daily update. Bye for now.